How's it going, guys? Adrenaline Actual back again, this time for the update video on the Quest 4D4s. As the title would suggest, I would wait on purchasing these boots. There has been nothing wrong with them comfort-wise and the ability to stop water from entering them. It's just a few things that I think that Salomon needs to take a look at and fix. We're going to go over those. I apologize, this is another new camera. The last camera I used, it was just a real pain to get off the actual camera itself and get out of the computer. So we're going to be testing this out. Unfortunately stuck in wide view, so get a little bit more view of my garage at this point. So let's get into it. The reason I upgraded to the new boot was because the eyelets popped on my old boot. If you remember from the last video, if you haven't seen it, I had these for 2.5 years. Extremely hard use. Milsim Wests, at least monthly airsoft games, weekly, bi-weekly hiking, daily driver. This boot held up really well until the eyelets popped. I'm just going to show you right now. The rubber never separated from the leather boot, so gives you an idea of where this is going. Somebody has to see the tread of these shoes. This is again after 2.5 hard years of a used boot, and you can see it still has plenty of tread on it. I did slip a little bit in the extremely muddy settings, but that's something that all of our, everyone around me was experiencing that too, so not really the boot's fault. In contrast, this is the new boot, and this is why I'd say wait. I'm going to be sending these back to either LL Bean or Salomon themselves. I imagine LL Bean will be a straight either exchange or return, and Salomon will be more of a hair pull. It's going to be testing their warranty. I can't imagine they're going to actually fix the issues I'm showing you, so I'm sure it'll just be a straight return and exchange. But we'll let you know how those experiences go if I go through Salomon or LL Bean. So first and foremost, I put about 20 more hours of extremely hard use on this boot since the last video, and an additional 12 to 14 hours of harder airsoft use, and a rec game, so like another 6 hours. So we're looking at an additional 40 hours of harder use, some of that being pretty extreme. The very first outing I had, I took it to like a 14-hour game. My foot got caught underneath a rock, and it actually broke the plastic eyepiece, the eyelet. It was worse in the beginning. It was kind of like dipped down underneath the lace. I had to pop it out. The other side is intact, but that's concerning, I mean, a boot that was only a couple weeks old already had that happen to it. The more concerning part, however, is this rubber toe cap is separating from the leather body. And that's something that's not going to last for very much longer. I have seen this toe cap on some of the Forces models. I haven't seen any of that separation, so I imagine once Salomon gets a hold of this information, they're going to do something to revise that. I was an early adopter. These boots were only available for like a month or two before I purchased them. So I imagine they've already received some complaints, and I can't imagine they're not going to work to fix that, since law enforcement, serious hikers, special forces units, all those guys use this stuff, and from my experience, I can't imagine they want a bad name for themselves out there. So here's some of the tread on the bottom of this one. Like 80 to 100 hours of use. Can't even tell there's anything rubbed off or different about it. So it did last through some water waiting. No water penetrated over the Gore-Tex. A little upsetting. So maybe just hold off. I'm not writing this boot off completely, because again, I can't imagine Salomon's not going to do something to fix it. But that's where we're at. We will let you know how the return process goes. Stay tuned. We are doing some more gear videos. I'm actually going to be working on them right after I finish this. We got some cool stuff in. And we're going to be going over some of the stuff I have been using, why I've been using them, if I'd recommend or replace them. So yeah, thanks very much, guys. See ya.